similar. I don't know if you remember, like AJ Soccer played a blue-red deck with like Grimlock Mancer, Trinket Mage. Yeah, it was basically that deck.
Counterbalance too, I think.
No counterbalance. Oh, there's only one top in the deck.
Oh, just to go Trinket for?
Yeah, just a Trinket for it. Add a Dreadnought, but
and it has a Basilisk color too, right?
Yes.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, I did see him play that deck once.
Yeah, that's a deck. It's probably not the same 75, but it's got to be really close.
Okay.
It had the Basilisk color in it even. And the blue-red player was able to take it down on turn 3 of extra, turn 5 of extra turns.
Oh, turn 5 of extra. I thought you were saying like turn 4 of actual turns.
Oh, no. Of extra turns with double Trinket Mage.
Oh, sweet.
So he had one Trinket Mage going pretty early.
Yeah. So it got
he had to dig deep.
Yeah.
Like he had a top going, he cast multiple Brainstorms, fetched multiple times to find the second Trinket Mage.
Just to be able to clock him?
Yeah. And that was game 3. Game 2, game 1, Gabe Carlton Barnes was the Storm player. And he just went off turn 3 maybe. Just went off very quickly. We're getting a new one. And then game 2, Gabe also did the same thing.
Yeah.
But except for he had nauseam from 12 life.
Okay.
And he went down to 2 life, forgetting that his opponent had a Fire Ice in his hand. So he just fired for the last 2 points.
Nice. That's sweet.
No idea that he was going to get there because he hadn't hit everything yet off his ad nauseum. But I mean, he only had 12 life, or basically 10 to work with. So
sweet. Well, we got our next match, and it looks to be. Let me take a look here quick. Yeah, it is a green-black Living Wish, Life from the Loam. I guess a splash of white too. It's like a rock deck, but it has the Vampire Hexmage combo.
Yeah, okay.
That's pretty interesting. Jesse Roberts. And
Kenny Meyer played that deck last week.
Okay.
And somebody, Brian Boss maybe, I forget names a lot. Top 8'd with
Brian Boss.
Same.
Yeah, I played Brian Boss. Yeah, nationals and stuff. Yeah, I remember him. Cyber looks crazy with a bunch of creatures and stuff. Living Wish. It's gonna be fun to watch a Living Wish match.
Does he have Entomb in this one? It doesn't look like it. It looks like he's a Living Wish.
Yeah, he's just straight Living Wishing.
Okay.
And
Gavin and I were talking about the merits of like Entomb for Life from the Loam.
Oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Or the target you want.
Yeah, that makes total sense. And I do like how so many decks we've seen already have, like, this is just green, white, black, rockish, Knight, Dark Confidant, Tarmogoyf, but it has 4 mental missteps in it, just because of how powerful it is against all the 1-drops in the format.
Speaking of mental misstep, it is going to be one of the best cards you could have misstep against. We have a Dredge deck. And however, it has mana.
What's surprising, I just found out we're going to be going to the match real shortly, but Adam actually chose to draw in this match.
I think as a Dredge deck, it is generally correct to draw.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Because you discard, you just use your, if you don't mulligan, you just discard your Dredger on the first turn.
So is that...
And then you can start playing your normal game where you...
so is that just for game 1, or do you do that sideboarded games too?
Every game.
So, all right, so Adam's on the left playing Dredge, and he's elected to draw, and Jesse's on the play, and he's coming out of the gate.
Yeah, his Bayou, Mox Diamond.
Discarding Wasteland. Is that going to be a Dark Confidant?
That's a Hex Mage. So just like Dark Depths.
Yeah, so now
we only have 1 Dark Depths, but we do have 4 Living Wishes.
Yeah, to go get it.
I got it. Yeah, there's a Dark Depths in the sideboard as well.
All right, so... And City of Brass for Putrid Imp comes down.
So this is really risky if, like, usually you just discard on turn 1.
Okay.
But since he had a Putrid Imp, he decided to go for it, and he saw his opponent wasn't a blue deck. But if Jesse has a mental misstep, that could be huge.
And he still has 4 mentals.
He has 4 in his deck, but he obviously didn't have one.
Yeah, I definitely see that logic for that. So now, thinking about it, so like, if Jesse knew he was playing against Dredge, would it be correct to go second? Like, that logic to me seems really weird.
At the Star City Invitational, I played against a Dredge deck, and I did choose to draw whenever I could.
That is strange. All right, so Hexmage for turn 1, Knight of the Reliquary for turn 2 for Jesse Roberts, and guess what Knight of the Reliquary can search up?
I think Adam just drew a card.
Oh yeah, he didn't even...
Wow.
Yeah, he did draw. He didn't even discard a Dredge.
He did not discard a Dredge. That's
That's bad.
Yeah.
Why would you keep a hand without a dredge? Is there any reason?
You have to have like 28 careful studies in your hand.
And wouldn't you like try to do that turn 1 if you did?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, so
yeah, you would absolutely play.
All right, so he's breakthrough and probably trying to find something with dredge.
It looks like a thug on top. Ooh, like foil.
All right, so 1 card he keeps. He only gets to keep 1 card.
Unfortunately, our thing is covering the. That was a Golgari thug.
Yeah.
On top, so.
And there was a Cabal Therapy and a Dread Return as well.
And a bridge from below.
Oh, and a bridge as well.
Yeah. I didn't see the therapy. But I think it was on top.
All right, so it's been a while, but Putrid Imp cannot block, correct? It does have flying.
If you have Threshold, it gets +1/+1. Okay, Putrid Imp is a 1/1, and if you discard a card, you can give it flying. If you have Threshold, it gets +1/+1 and can't block.
So okay,
so it can block once you don't have Threshold.
And now that he doesn't, now that he has Threshold.
Oh, check this out. I think Jesse just won this game. See, Jesse's deck has a Bajuka Bog in the main. That is brutal.
Yeah, that's really good for him this game.
I've seen versions with crop rotation.
And the thing is, if Adam doesn't really do anything too exciting this turn, then he won't have to use Bajuka Bog. You can go get the Dark Depths and make a 20/20 at the end of the turn as well.
Yeah, yeah, this game's over.
So it's almost win-win at this point.
Oh, yeah, and an Icarid.
So Icarid comes back, removing, hopefully not the Thug.
I highly doubt it. Another Putrid Imp.
Yeah. And he's got 1 more card in his hand. I mean, possibly it's a breakthrough. I mean, Adam has to.
It's got to be a breakthrough. Or a careful study, maybe.
I mean, Adam probably isn't going to put Jesse on having the Bajuka Bog, just for the fact that he's holding back and he has a Hex.
Oh, here's 2 Narcomoebas.
Well, that's great to have right now.
Yeah.
I mean, do you think he allows them to come into play? Oh yeah, because
yes, you do, because the Thug
20/20 either this turn either.
The Thug is in the hand.
Yeah.
And there's also a draw spell.
Oh, that's correct. Yeah. So if you
bog now, he'll just discard your Putrid Imp.
And you won't be able to make the 20/20 and remove the Graveyard in the same turn. So Putrid Imp ability is used to discard the Thug. He attacks for 2 damage.
That's interesting.
He's going to combat right away?
Yeah. So the Dread Return target, that means he doesn't have a Flamekin Zealot. And his list says that he does not. He has 1 Angel of Despair as a Dread Return target. And he only has 2 Dread Return. So
he's more. Does that mean he's just more of a stable? How does he just get that end game then? How does he push for the end game when he doesn't?
Well, as a rule, like if you Cabal Therapy your opponent's whole hand, you generate a bunch of tokens with Bridge from Below, and generally, as a rule, you can pass the turn more often than not.
And kill
if they don't have a hand.
All right. Well, so he's attacking for 2 in the air, and Jesse just activated the Night Now for Dark Depths, and so he's making the 20/20. And that's going to take the Bridge from Below out of the game because the Hex Mage activates.
Yeah, nice.
And now the Imp is going to get eaten up. So it's interesting. He left himself pretty open to now. What if Adam breakthroughs and actually hits everything he needs?
Yeah, there is that.
Yep. But that's pretty much the only window, and then
he's got to go now. Yeah.
Oh, there's no way that the 20/20 is not going to deal that much damage, because of the 2 Narcomoebas.
Right.
So he probably still has a turn or 2. But if the Knight ever untaps,
if the Knight ever untaps, he's got to. Basically, what Adam needs to do is use his whatever draw spell, probably a Careful Study. Oh,
that's bad.
Yeah, that's game over.
Yeah, Tyler's Tribe isn't going to do anything.
I mean, yeah, Narcomoeba gets a chump block, but.
And so now that Jesse gets to untap, now he's just going to be able to hold that for the rest of the game while he just keeps attacking with the 20/20. activates it, and then anytime he gets a Living Wish, he has a second sorcery speed with Jukabog as well.
Okay.
So he'll be able to actually be able to remove the graveyard twice if the game goes really long. Which I don't think this game's going to end for a couple turns, especially with Narcomoebas.
Well, I mean, Adam's got nothing going on.
Yeah.
If he...
Once he does, he loses his graveyard.
Yeah. I think he could just even lose the graveyard right now. Just...
More so what I'm saying is, because the game's going to go longer, Jesse's just got complete control. The longer the game goes, even though he has the 2020.
Right. The game's not... It's over, but it's not... They're going to play a couple more turns.
Yep. So what did you play today?
I played a black-white splash blue deck. It was like a Thoughtseize, Him, Confidant deck.
Okay.
Stoneforge, Brainstorm, Trinket Mage.
That's pretty interesting.
Basically a bunch of efficient cards, and
What do you think they're counting right now?
the size of Tarmogoyf.
Oh, okay, obviously. So one block is going to take some damage from Tarmogoyf. And why?
Apparently it wasn't that big.
Why is he?
He's just gonna go get it now.
Oh, since he doesn't have any.
He doesn't have any. Yeah, he's no cards, no. So he'd have to draw like a Dredger and a Dredge,
Which is impossible
spell.
this turn.
Yeah.
And then next turn he can attack with all three. Both creatures have to block.
Yeah.
So the next card has to be. Yeah, I mean, do you think it's better to go and activate that right now than to wait a turn? Wait until.
Yeah, it's fine. Like you kind of open up like Pandora's box. You don't know like what Adam's capable of.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to think of like if there are ways where
I mean, it would have
Adam
to be.
can draw, like he draws a Dredger, then draws a.
No, because the next attack will kill. Yeah. By doing that, he actually locked up the game.
Yeah. So yeah, if you lock up the game, then it's good.
Yeah. I mean, what was? I was just curious about one thing. Didn't both players just like take a playmat off the table?
Yeah, you can't play the playmats on camera,
I understand. Okay.
and I don't think that either player was informed of that.
Yeah, it just switched over. The view switched over to the two, and they were both like taking a playmat off. It was pretty interesting. All right, so the sideboarding. I mean, surgical extraction. 2 surgical extractions come in from Jesse, the black, white, green player, and everything else seems to be a Living Wish target. So that's not that interesting. I mean, there's one Sundial of the Infinite.
I saw that.
Is that just a? What would that do? Is that a joke?
Hive Mind.
Oh, it's just one copy of something anti.
Yeah, there are 2 Inquisitions.
There's 2 Inquisitions. Are those good against Dredge?
Depends on if Adam if Adam is on the play.
Okay.
Then they're not good. But if Adam's on the draw, what you can do is you can make them discard a card, and
just so they can't.
Yeah.
That's such an interesting thing.
And usually it's a Putrid Imp or a Tireless Tribe or a Careful Study.
Yeah, I actually just want to actually test to see if that's correct. 'Cause it seems very.
It's very counterintuitive, but the whole Dredge mechanic is very counterintuitive.
I agree, but it still just seems wrong. I mean, even though it might be right, and I understand the logic behind it, it still just seems like you're giving your opponent advantages they don't need to have.
Right. Well, last week was won by that was their primary discard mechanic. There was a manaless Dredge.
Yeah.
Didn't have any of the Tireless Tribes, Careful Studies, none of the spells that would let you discard spells. It was literally just the thing. Adam chooses to play this game. So he's going to try and get he's going to play his normal game, basically. Play a discard and outlet.
Yeah. And that's probably because there's more hate. You don't want to be on the draw. Zach, maybe part of it.
He's not worried about his cards getting misstepped as much.
He doesn't even know they're there.
Right.
Okay, so
he might get blown out by a misstep.
Let's talk about Adam's sideboarding. What does the normal Dredge want to do? Because the sideboard right here is an Icarid, an Iona, a Realm Razor, an Elvish Norn, 3 Firestorm. Don't even know what that is.
Firestorm is a single red mana.
Discard X cards.
Discard X cards to deal X damage each to X targets.
I was playing a 1 mana cube 2 days ago, and I had Firestorm.
So
that's what it was. By the way, 1 mana cube. It's awesome.
Okay.
It's really
how many
cool.
How many lands do you play in a 1 mana cube?
Well, I ended
Like
up playing...
in your deck, for example.
So like I played 15 in mine. Some people are playing like 12 to 13, but I played 15 because I had Scythe Tiger, Rogue Elephants, which are really good cards. These are awesome cards in this format. They're huge.
Yeah, this cube sounds awesome.
Yeah, and I had both of the Enchant Force, Enchant Plains. What are those? Genjus.
Oh, okay.
So I had a lot of at one point in the game I had 14.
Your 1 mana cube deck.
Yeah, my 1 mana cube could invest 14 mana
of...
into it. Like I had 2 Genjus. I had an equipment. I had the 1 mana rare enchantment from M11 that you can pay for to remove a creature from the game. Do you know what I'm talking about? There's not enchantment, an artifact. It's an artifact for 1
Brittle
mana.
Effigy?
Yeah, Brittle Effigy.
Okay.
I had a Brittle Effigy. It was a whole lot of fun. I actually want to get it. It was Glenn's, his cube. I played it once. I think I'm actually just gonna have him make me one.
Nice.
And send it to me through Star City, and I'll just pay him. You know, I think that's probably gonna happen.
That sounds awesome.
But yeah, so he has 4 Nature's Claim and 4 Ancient Grudge. He really wants to kill artifacts.
Yeah, he ain't joking around.
But so does he board anything here? Like, are any of these creatures like Elish Norn doesn't seem that great.
No.
Iona doesn't seem that great. Like, I don't see much to sideboard for this matchup.
No, the one thing you might Icrid is definitely better in post board games.
Yeah,
where you have to grind them out a lot. Like you have to. He already knows
Dark
his
Blast,
opponent has hate.
Well, Dark Blast seems fun.
Yeah. Well, it gets.
He's assuming he has Dark Confidant.
Yeah.
Because he's a rock deck.
It's also still a dredger.
And it's still and it hits Hexmage if you ever try to play it early.
He might take out the Angel of Despair.
I mean, Angel of Despair might be able to come in real quick and like destroy something important.
Not a 2020 though.
Well, I mean, I don't think the 2020 happens that fast.
No, I don't think the 2020.
There was no disruption from Adam, and he just went turn 1 Hexmage. Turn
Jesse had
that was practically
an unbelievable draw.
Yeah, that was a very strong draw from Jesse for the dark depths,
yeah,
and with 0 disruption from Adam. Adam actually started off really slow. Like if he had a dredger, I think that game would have been completely different. But he started off 2 turns slower than he should have.
Yeah, that's also true.
So we don't. I don't think that they're going to sideboard too much. I mean, so did Adam actually give him information that he was going to go on the play, before they sideboarded? Do you know that?
I don't know about that. I don't know when
he did say that, because you said that Adam was going to go on the play. How'd you have that information?
Our little screen.
Oh, okay. So yeah, he must have elected that while they were sideboarding.
Yeah. And
what's interesting about that is giving that information to your opponent, especially with a card like Inquisition, is a really bad thing. Like
our judge said that the information came during sideboard.
Yeah, and I definitely think that whenever I'm playing Magic in a tournament, I won't give that information until I have my opponent's deck in my hand.
Yeah.
You know, when you're when you're already shuffling your opponent's deck for the game, because right here I can see that being crucial information.
If there's an issue on like whether or not like some
player draw. I mean, that usually never happens
every match. Yeah, yesterday, for example, and you're like, yeah, sure, I'll play whatever.
Yeah.
But in limit, I could see it happening in limited.
In limited for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's not a huge edge, but like, it's not one that's difficult to gain.
Yeah, it's very rare. Like in this situation, that was good information.
It matters absolutely. Yeah,
and that doesn't really come
information to have.
But it's important for like the viewers out there to actually know like that was a mistake that is commonly made. My opponent, after a game's done, if I beat them, they'll elect to play or draw right away, and that gives me information for sideboarding.
Especially if like drawing is a remote possibility.
Exactly, like limited,
Limited
like
dredge matchups.
There's definitely games where you want 18, like in a sealed deck, you might want 18 lands on the play if you have a bunch of ways to win the game. And you might even want to take a mirror out, you know?
Yeah.
Like a mana mirror or something to get that land. So the game has started.
Okay.
So again, there's no discard.
That is a discard.
Well, no. What's interesting, there's no discard for Adam. He's not going to be dredging on turn 2 again.
Okay, yeah.
But Adam is Cabal Therapy, and we don't know what he went for. I think
he went for the Night in the
Reliquary
that he had. Unfortunately, we didn't get to see the rest of his hand too quickly. It was like, I know the Bajuka Bog was in
there. There was a Hexmage.
Oh, wow, he's just playing it?
What?
Do we have a way to sacrifice it?
What would sacrificing it to? To the life of the moment?
Like
Yeah,
wasteland
you
it
can
in the
wasteland
moment?
at the
Yeah,
moment.
that's what I'm thinking.
He might have a living wish as well. And maybe he doesn't want to get Cabal therapied.
Okay. I believe he did have a living wish, but maybe he just really needed the mana. Unfortunately, I didn't get to see his hand too well.
Yep. Now, the viewers at home probably
Yeah,
got a better look.
yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Adam's not dredging.
Yeah, it's a very slow start for an actual.
One of the 2 decks I own is a legacy decks. I only own 2 of them. Is a dredge deck. Ooh, Firestorm. So that's his.
So here's his.
Yeah.
Dredge.
So he's. Never mind. Adam kept a good hand.
Because he not only gets
turn 1 therapy, and he was just planning on
killing his first creature with a Firestorm.
Exactly. Or worst comes to worst, you both. Oh no! He still gets a discard.
You discard, yeah.
Yeah. And that actually might give. Oh, he probably saw the misstep.
But keeping the Hexmage in play at least
threatens the 2020.
Yep.
And if he has a living wish, like obviously that's a big deal.
Well, it's not only that it threatens the 2020; it beats out the Bridge from Below.
Yeah,
that's where I was going.
You could Stone Rain his Gemstone mine right here.
Yeah, I thought about that right away. And there's 2 bridges. He can actually nuke 2 of his bridges and take his Gemstone. I wonder if he even thinks about doing that.
Yeah.
I mean, then the
it's an aggressive play.
It's an aggressive play, but then if he doesn't play a land this turn, I think I might do it because he's not at threshold yet, is he? For the Coliseum.
I believe it. Yeah, because you dredge 5, and he had Firestorm 2nd Stink Medium. He had Firestorm discard 2 Stink Mediums.
Oh, so he did have.
So he did have 7. I think you run it like. Because he's not going to... Oh, I don't like that at all.
No, he's forcing him to activate it.
Yeah.
Now he's
but
like,
he used his land to do so. So now he can't like Living Wish for Bajuka Bog or do something. He can't... His land... Which land Jesse plays on any given turn is very important.
Yeah.
Because he has so many lands that do so many things.
I agree with that. And now...
I think we've just...
I mean, Adam's going to be going off. I mean, who knows? He might have a Surgical Extraction if there's anything super important. Like,
already doesn't have the bridge.
But because he's protected from that, like, there's not much you can do. The only thing he can really do is Dread Return. That's going to really change this game. There's an Iona, so he did bring in the Iona.
A lot of times, in my experience, I always want Icarids in the post sideboard games.
So why did the Icarids will be important. Why did Adam bring in Ancient Grudges? Is that because there was just cards that were weak in the main? What card was he afraid of? I don't think Tormod's Crypt would be the
right. Card. That's why people bring it in, but I don't feel like
a junk deck is going to do that. So there's a couple more Icarids.
I think that sideboarding in Ancient Grudge is a mistake on Adam's part. Yeah.
I mean, it is scary to be a Dredge deck and down a game. You don't want to just lose the game because you picked the wrong hate. I remember doing that in Extended. Always being afraid of not having the right answers for the hate and having no clue if they're leylining me or they're Tormod Scripting me or they're relicking me. And so, I mean, I can see the logic where he's just like, well, I'm going to do that. The other thing is wastelanding there. Wouldn't you want to do an upkeep now the Icarids? See, now he gets the Bog.
Yeah. No, he doesn't get the Bog.
No, he doesn't, yeah. Very peculiar. I mean, I just feel like there was a mistake because if you wasteland during his upkeep, at least he doesn't get the Icarid back.
Right. Yeah, I don't like Jesse's line of play at all because now it's going to take him another set of turns to wasteland his Bajuka Bog.
Yeah.
I just don't like. I would not have activated wasteland that turn.
Especially why activate it because that's what Adam's going to do anyway. Adam's going to crack that Cephalid Coliseum.
Yeah.
Forcing him to do it during your main phase doesn't change anything.
Right.
Maybe wait a turn and then.
If you
activate
don't
it next,
use it.
If he does it on turn 4, what he can do is then Living Wish for the Bog and play it.
Well, because he has a loam, if he wastelands his own Bajuka Bog.
Well, I understand that. Yeah. And he was able to do that next turn.
Right, not anymore.
But what I'm saying is if he didn't crack the Coliseum, next turn he could force him to crack the Coliseum and then Living Wish for the second Jukabog.
Yeah, he only gets the one land drop a turn, and it needs to be like a good one because so much of the power of Jesse's deck is contained within its lands.
And even the attack now, he could have held back and won at least 3 damage from Ichorids.
Yeah. Well, he would have had to like first strike one away and then sack it, so he doesn't. He's gonna have to pop the Hex Mage regardless.
Oh, just because?
Because otherwise,
tokens?
yeah, he gets bridge tokens from the
How many
Ichorids.
Bridges does he have?
At least 2. There's only 2
think
off
there's
that
a
first
third.
dredge. I mean, we didn't really get a good look at the entirety of his. Yeah, I wouldn't come out. Yeah, I don't like that at all.
In response, he's not. Why would you sack the Narcomoeba?
Yeah, I don't know.
What is going on? This world has
this
become mad.
A weird game.
I mean, we'll see where they're going with it.
And maybe he's just gonna end up dread returning anyway.
Yeah.
So like maybe it just doesn't like he's gonna get all the bridge tokens. Or the bridges. So no tokens, but he's still gonna end up sacking the other 3 creatures to dread return, so it doesn't really matter which one.
Yeah, that might be it. Just small little information giveaway.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you have a dread return, you have an Iona, like you're gonna do that.
Well, there's not really like hidden information in a dredge deck.
To be honest, like even if we consider what Jesse did was weird, he actually, if he doesn't have a surgical extraction, which he doesn't, there was no actual way to. What Adam could have just cracked it at end of turn, done all this anyway. Adam was going to get this far ahead regardless.
Yes. And then Jesse basically just wastelanded nothing.
Well, yeah, but even if he didn't wasteland, the game's over.
Okay. Yeah.
Because all this would have happened without Jesse being able to protect it against any of it anyway. Maybe he thought, like maybe he was trying to actually level his opponent and say, "Oh, you don't have threshold. I'm just sacking this." They're like, oh, "Okay, I'll discard it."
Sure, you're trying to,
Because having Sorcery Spade with Jukabogs isn't really good against Coliseum. So maybe he was just trying to make a play.
Oh, this game is not necessarily over if Jesse draws a Tarmogoyf for a Hex Mage, because he has a Mazavith in his hand.
That can hold on to.
Hold off Iona.
Is Iona on white?
I would imagine it has to be. Jesse
so
has a white land in play, and he just discarded the swords.
I mean, he doesn't have any white.
No, he has a white in hand.
Oh, okay. And he. So yeah, Dread Return for Iona.
Yeah.
Alright. The Angel comes into play, assuming it'll be white.
Oh,
right, there's Tarmogoyf.
That's half the battle. As Jesse's on 10, so he's going to be basically taking 2 a turn from these Ichorids.
Yeah. Well, 3.
3. I'm sorry, 3 a turn.
I thought maybe there's something I didn't know. Is it a 2-1?
No, it's a 3-1. So the other question is, how many black creatures does Adam have?
He should have enough fuel if he keeps dredging. I would assume he would get that. I mean, the only black creatures in his deck are Stinkweed Imp and Putrid Imp to go along with the Ichorids and Thugs,
Yeah, so he has 10. So that basically means you get like...
Oh, he's pitching an Ichorid for an Ichorid?
What?
I mean, maybe he's... How many more Narcomoebs are left in his deck? Maybe he's trying to combo off again?
I can't see a situation where
you'd want to do that
because you're not getting any damage.
Yeah.
Straight up.
So if he just attacks, he takes nothing.
Takes nothing. Unless he's trying to hit a bridge token, but I'd rather have the Ichorid in the graveyard.
The extra Ichorid, yeah. I totally agree with that. Because then next turn you deal 3 and you deal an extra point of damage.
The next time you have enough black creatures in your graveyard, you get the damage.
Totally agree with that. So I just like the board situation. There's just one Iona on the table.
Yeah.
If this was on Magic Online, it would be so big right now.
Oh yeah.
love doing that. Like whenever
blowing up lands.
Like I'm playing against Tempered Still online, and I don't know, every single person that plays Tempered Still gets a kick out of just dropping a Memnite or an Ornithopter before anything. Just
I would
big
too.
Picture.
Yeah. Can you blame them?
I mean, I'm just saying everyone. Everyone's just a child.
Yeah, of course.
I mean, that's actually kind of funny because in the Magic Online Championships at Worlds, I ended up, Armageddon where Sarah Angel was my only board. So I was attacking with the Sarah Angel that
was enormous.
It was, yeah, and it didn't even tap to attack, so it didn't move, and I kept dealing 4 to my opponent.
What was the format?
MED4.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So now we get a 1 damage clock.
I mean, can Jesse deck him? Is that ever been a possibility? Like,
it is a possibility, but I mean, not this game.
I mean, for ways to actually win this game.
For Jesse.
Yeah.
I feel like 2020s are going to be involved somehow.
Yeah, I think a 2020 probably has to.
Alternatively, like a Living Wish for Bajuka Bog gets us there.
A Living Wish for Bajuka Bog, yeah, would hold.
In fact, I would dredge the loam to return our unless we have a wasteland.
Yeah, he has a wasteland hand. I don't know why he didn't play it over the.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, if he played the wasteland, he could have just killed it and got it next turn.
I'm not sure.
No, this turn he could have done.
Yeah, this turn it would have been this turn right here. I'm not sure he sees that line of play. He did. He saw it a little late.
He just saw it this turn or something.
Yeah, or if that's his land of play or something like that.
Yeah, it's very interesting.
It's not a normal line of play, that's for sure.
Not at all.
But that's the thing is, with this deck has a bunch of like really junky cards.
Yeah.
So you have to be able to play with like suboptimal cards.
I like how you called the junk deck a really junky line of cards.
Yeah,
was that on purpose?
No.
No?
I'm not that clever.
Alright, so he's bringing back another Icarid. He really wants... yeah, that's Icarid, correct? Yeah.
Yeah. You want to see the biggest beating in the world if Jesse draws Caracas? There's a Caracas in Jesse's deck.
Or puts a knight, yeah. So we get another Narcomoeba. And there's the bridge.
There's a bridge we're looking for.
And another
Icarid.
So now the game is getting pretty out of hand for Jesse.
He's got to do something quickly, but maybe.
So yeah, I mean, if he did that line of play, he would be really ahead right now if he wastelanded last time.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, Jesse's still got time. It's not like...
Well, it's not... Yeah, it's not like the...
You're dealing 1 here.
Yeah.
Can I see your graveyard?
How many bridges?
AKA your hand. I believe just the 1.
Well, that's what Jesse's thinking.
Yeah.
All right, and then... Alright, so yeah, maze plus block, token.
Takes 1, falls to 9.
So let's see if he does it right now. Now it's kind of getting scary because the 2 Narcomoebas are going to drop to 7. But I still
drop
think
from 7, and every turn, if Jesse doesn't see it, Adam's going to get a bridge token.
Yeah.
Every turn.
This next turn maybe 2.
2 because he did. Yeah.
I don't know if he has 2 more black creatures.
Right, or if he wants to remove one to the other again. I think black creature supply has been an issue in this game. Usually almost never is. Usually Icarid has no cost whatsoever.
Yeah. So I think he doesn't.
That's the way.
That is the play. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the way you do it.
Yeah, and now
wasteland your Bajuka Bog. Yep, there it is.
Did he not tap? He could have tapped the bog.
Sure.
Not crack the land right away. All right, so that's the line. So he's going to do turn shorter than when you would have done it.
Yes. Well, maybe like 3 or 4, but.
Actually, no. I think this was the best turn to do it. Last turn. I maybe bring a fetch land back, but I mean, they deal so much damage. Oh, he didn't bring it back.
Yeah, I mean, he still got the 2-turn clock
Yeah.
or whatever, so
He's got
4 turns.
And there's no way to gain life at all. I mean, I guess the swords. How big? So, and there's no way to get the Tarmogoyf big enough to battle through the 7.
No.
It would need every single type in the game.
Max is 8-9.
The max is 8/9.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I highly doubt tribal and planeswalkers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even artifact.
Yeah. No, it'd have to be
Mox
a Mox Diamond.
Diamond,
Yeah. Safe to say.
Or even enchantment. Yeah. There's
a
none of
bridge,
them.
bridge from below.
Oh, the bridges. All right. So just deals the 2, passes the turn. Jesse's done.
He could get It's not completely unreasonable to think that Adam might just grind him out.
Well,
He's
I
got
definitely
3 turns.
I think Adam is way ahead right now. I mean, Jesse needs to find an answer, and that answer is going to have to be either a creature and swords in it.
Nope. Wait.
Oh yeah, he can't even do that. Yeah.
Can't be Knight of the Reliquary either. So I mean, Living Wish is basically what we're looking at.
Living Wish and have to find both pieces of the combo.
Yeah. So yeah.
That's it.
Not only is he on a 3-turn clock, but he doesn't have very many outs.
Yeah.
Caracas takes it down to 1 a turn.
That's true. And then that opens up for like Knight and things like that.
Yes.
All right, and we're getting to discard, but I don't think he's got enough cards in his library.
It's just like, what can I do?
I wonder how many cards are left in his library. I see at least 3.
There's got to be quite a few, actually. I feel like it looks like 10 or so.
I don't think there can be 10. He dredged a lot.
He dredged the same, like, yeah. 8 or so. You might be right.
Firestorm doesn't deal that to players, does it?
It can.
Oh, so I discard a Firestorm?
Nah,
You
he
can
probably
try-
has another one.
Oh, okay.
If he's discarding that.
Just Thoughtseize and
Just see what's up.
yeah.
Yeah,
Well, he
there's
has him
another
at
Firestorm.
4. Why?
He's conceding.
I
Because
would've
all
done
of
that at
his
2.
all of his outs.
Oh yeah, you need multiple cards. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's interesting game too.
Yeah.
And go to a rubber
Alright,
match.
so-
I still feel like Jesse's a huge favorite.
So do you think so? Jesse is going to take the play, correct?
Yes.
All right.
And this is
And
not the
bring
type
the
of
position.
matchup where you want the slow dredge. It's mostly for like counterspell matchups.
Yeah.
It's